to Fazman Jamin's 5-minute reviews. Guns for Hire. Guns for Hire is one of my favourite episodes of The Mandalorian as a whole. I just think it's too underrated by the fandom, and I just don't get the criticism, but I can understand it's not immediate, and sometimes maybe not immediate comes across more impactful, especially when I look at episodes that I've seen before, like Legends of Sea Devils, Vanquishers, when Joanna slayed when she could, she slayed. And Pedophiles got a kind of sack off, did what they needed to do, and they slayed it straight away. Their chemistry has been one of my favourite parts of this entire series, and they've stepped it up. I mean, I've always praised Katie for coming back, and I can tell you something, she's just proved, and hoping Doctor Who can follow the same route later on in the year, because Katie's just slayed it. I love the story being something different. I like a crime drama, and well, I'm not a crime drama fan, but I like it when one of my shows attempts it. I've seen some good ones. This is definitely one of the greatest. There's action, there's kind faces like Lizzo and Jack Black, who I didn't expect to be in at all, and of course there's Christopher Lloyd as well. I loved him. He was actually quite interesting. But there's so many great stories, I think, especially when you look at the robots and the whole drama. You just felt for them. And what the bartender said really does resonate, and rightly so. And I think it resonates with Bo and Din as well, which I personally love. I want to talk about Pedro, of course. I felt Din was at his best. I really do felt that there were so many scenes that I just felt moved, emotional. I just felt Pedro pulled it off. And also his extras, Latif Browder, Brendan Wade, give him credit as well. They were brilliant. I like the whole thing with them wanting to see so they can get to Axel's Cosgreaves. I'm so happy Cosgreaves was it, because she was one of my favourites in series 2, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But it has to have, sometimes your favourites have to be hateful, so you gotta understand. But I'm glad she appeared, because Mercedes said she doesn't, but she lied, a good lying as well, because I'm so glad. I love the whole thing with Axel's and the romance and the animosity as well. Can't stop saying it, but it works. And I'm still suspicious of Axie. I really am. But we'll see what happens. There were so many moments like the chase where they were going after that battle droid. Also, there was the scene with the Yogmoths. Love them. And I have spoken. Once again, I can't get enough of that. It's one of the most impressive catchphrase. I love the scene where they fight Relax and Bo fight Felicia, and Bo wins back Felicia, and then the whole thing with the Darksaber. And I kind of like the fact that they made what happened in episode 2 kind of another one of my favourites, and made it important, because I just feel like I still think there's more to the Darksaber than there is, but it didn't show for what it did, because I did criticise about that, but I'm glad that they made it relevant. I love Bryce Dallas Howard's direction. I think she gets way too slack for it. She didn't deserve it. She did a really great job, and there were so many good bits. For example, the Hyperloop. I love the Hyperloop stuff. The designs, the city in Plaza 15 looking like Coruscant, and I love that design as well. Grogu being knighted. He deserves that. Yes, he did do everything, but my boy deserves all the goodness of his heart. And I just love him. And I think Bo's kind of got a bit of a love for him, which I appreciate. The writing was good. I think there's a lot of good things about it. To finish off, I'm going to say I like the way Bo made business and Din did, and especially with Din, treating the ropes with disdain. I understand people might disagree, but I personally felt it's understandable. I actually felt this was a good episode. I do think this is going to lead to some pretty interesting stories going forward. Yeah, love it. I hope you enjoyed this 5-minute review. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Bye! Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma Endurance and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!